Solve 5-5. Welcome, Level Uppers, to another episode of Level Up Direct. I am your host for tonight, Andrew Midori. And on Level Up Direct, it is all about talking with you guys, the community, the Level Uppers. That's why we're going to open up the Skype lines a little later on. You'll be able to call and we can talk all things game related. We can talk a little bit of movies, a little bit of TV. That's the whole point of this. I'm going to be playing some trailers, video game, movie. I think that's it. No TV or anything tonight. Just movies and video games. But there are some good trailers in there, ones that we'll want to discuss. And if you like what we're doing at any point, to the 9 people in the room, don't forget to follow us like Black Widow did. Thank you so much, man. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation, bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Your name will pop up on the TV, and I will shout you out, of course. And don't forget to share the show. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you can. Share us and try and bring in your friends or family, whoever. We can build this community stronger. And try and grow this thing. Try and make it into a big deal or something like that. I don't know. That's the whole plan, right? That's why we do this? Not really. It's fun. I enjoy this. This is one of my favorites. I love doing Level Up Direct on Wednesdays. It's on every Wednesday for the most part. Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Next week will be It Only Does PlayStation. That is our dedicated PlayStation podcast. And we'll have hopefully all 4 of us here. Black Widow is a girl. Cool. Black Widow. Thank you again for following. Really appreciate it. I actually wanted to start off the show a little differently. I guess I'll go through the whole spiel first. Level Up Network on Twitter, at the Level Up Network, level spelled LVL. Tweet at us with hashtag on the spot or hashtag IODP if you want to be a question on Level Up Show or It Only Does PlayStation. Yeah, youtube.com/Level Up Show, level spelled LVL, for archives of everything, as well as some exclusive YouTube content like Power Up, that is Dean and Greg's superhero comic book nerdiness show. You got the levelupnetwork.com/donate if you want to do a singular donation. You got the levelupshow.spreadshirt.com if you want to buy t-shirts with our logo and whatnot. And then finally, the best way to support the network is Patreon at patreon.com/the-level-up-network. Donate $1 or more per month and you can get early access to content like Power Up. We're also on our way to our next milestone. We're at about $60 right now. If we get to 100, we're going to be doing another lip sync tournament like we did for Extra Life. That was a lot of fun, and I know you guys really like that, so we decided for $100 on our Patreon, if we can get there, we'll be doing a whole new lip sync battle tournament. So keep that in mind. The store as well is not just on the Level Up show.spreadshirt.com. You can also just go to the levelupnetwork.com, our official website, and you can find links to the store and whatnot there. Pretty much everything is linked on our official website, the levelupnetwork.com. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another little intro here because I'm going to do a video review, a movie review. I don't usually do that, but Kristen and I saw The Revenant last night, and I figured why not review it, put it up on our YouTube as a dedicated segment. So let's go through and do the intro again, and then we'll get started. Hold on tight for 1 second here, guys. Welcome, Level Uppers, to a special segment here. We're going to review a movie. I don't usually do that too often, but I saw a really great one last night, one that's going to be nominated for a ton of awards, I'm sure. It already won Golden Globe for Best Picture, Golden Globe for Best Actor, Best Director, and maybe even more. I'm not sure. There might have been another one in there too, but it's kind of making the rounds, and that's good news for the Oscars. You can see it on the TV already. It is The Revenant, stars Leonardo DiCaprio. It's directed by Alejandro G. Iñárritu. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's the same guy who did Birdman last year, which also won Best Director and Best Picture, if I remember right. So this guy's on a roll. He might take those awards 2 years in a row, something that you don't see pretty often. But I've been hearing great things about this. I wanted to see from the beginning, ever since I saw the trailers for it, knowing that it was kind of inspired by a true story. It takes liberties, of course, with that because it takes place in the early 1800s, kind of frontier time. So it's the story is you got this frontier man. His name is Hugh Glass, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and I guess he's upper class frontiersman. He's one of the best guides, and he's a part of this kind of military group that is hunting down pelts and whatnot during this time when you had the Native Americans. And as you've probably seen in the trailers, things kind of go wrong when Hugh Glass is ambushed by a grizzly bear mother protecting her cubs, of course. It's not like some villainous thing. It's just the bear protecting her cubs. And it is brutal. And Hugh Glass is messed up. It just, I can't even explain how brutal this movie is when he gets messed up. And then because of that, his team, who has already been decimated by a Native American attack, are trying to get him back to camp. One guy named Fitzgerald says that he thinks they should kill Glass because he's dragging them down. And then it becomes this thing where men stay behind to take care of Glass. Things go crazy, and Glass has to try and make his way back to camp after being brutally savaged by this bear. Now, one of the first things I want to talk about is the bear attack in this movie. You could give this movie an Oscar on the bear attack alone. I can't tell, honestly, if it was CGI or real. I've heard that it was a real bear. I'm sure there was a little bit of CGI mixed in there. But this bear attack probably occupies about 5 minutes of the movie when Glass is alone. He kind of gets separated from his group, and this grizzly bear attacks him. And some people will look at it as almost comical, but it's comical in a good way, I would say. It's one of those, are you kidding me kind of comedies. Like, I cannot believe what is happening on screen before my eyes right now. It's so graphic, so brutal, so visceral that you just, your mouth is like jaw open, like, holy crap, I cannot believe they pulled this off. Especially considering that it's not like a super high budget movie. Just everything about the scene is unbelievable, from the CGI to hopefully the real bear to Leonardo DiCaprio's acting. Stellar. So that's the first thing I want to say, is it's worth seeing for that bear attack alone. But everything following it too is, I don't want to spoil anything. I'll talk about the bear attack because that's in the trailer. I don't want to spoil too much, but Miss Mel says comical, dude, it's terrified me. It terrified me too, but there are people saying it's comical, and I understand what they mean. It's comical in that it's so over the top. It goes so far and drags it out, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It drags out this bear attack so far, it just keeps going. It's like, can this get any worse? But it does. So following that, it stays intense, because I can tell you, when the movie ended, all of us, we kind of looked around, stayed in the theater, just sitting there, and we're like, what did you think? And all of us had that one word. That's all we had for it, was intense. It's 100% the truth. The things that this guy went through, if it's true, if everything that this guy went through in the movie is true, holy crap, it's an amazing story. And honestly, what Leonardo DiCaprio went through just doing this role is unbelievable. The guy deserves an Oscar if this actually all happened on screen the way it seems to have happened. If he was really in this sub-freezing water a lot in the movie, I mean a lot, in the elements, really, the environment, the weather, the blizzard, just everything you can imagine, it's just brutal in every way, and they don't hold back at all. The director, Inarritu, from what you can tell, he was in this environment, like, no holds barred, shooting everything, amazing, beautiful, wide shots. It's worth seeing again for that. We had close-up seats. We were in the third row, and that's something that I don't normally like to do. I don't like to be that close. Thank God we had the reclinable seats, so you don't have to bend your neck back. But I might have actually enjoyed the movie more sitting so close to the screen, because the scale, the epic scale of the environments and everything going on, it really suited that kind of viewing, that kind of experience. Now, one other thing I do want to mention in this, Fitzgerald, who is kind of the villain of the movie, the one that wants to leave Glass behind after he's been attacked by the bear, and the one that eventually stays behind with him, is played by Tom Hardy. And I must say, I think his performance is just as good as DiCaprio's, and I hope he gets enough attention for this role. He wasn't nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor. I really hope he's nominated for Best Supporting Actor during the Oscars, because he needs some credit for this. He is just as into this role as DiCaprio is. Granted, DiCaprio goes through so much more as a character and as an actor, and he has to show all of that purely through expression and face, because he doesn't talk that much. Glass does not talk a lot in the film, and makes sense why he won it. I mean, the guy is on his own for the most part. So it makes sense why he wouldn't talk too much. The other side that I haven't even touched on at all, and that's the thing, is it's hard to talk about this movie without spoiling things, is the father-son dynamic. Leonardo DiCaprio, Hugh Glass has a half Native American son. I don't want to say what happened to the mother or whatnot, but he has a half Native American son who's traveling with him, and because of that, because of the color of his skin, his other members of the party kind of look down on the son. There's this racism going on, but the love between Glass and his son is so apparent from the moment the movie starts. Like, you don't even really need to hear too many words between the two of them, and a lot of it's in a different language anyway, but it doesn't matter. The emotion is there, and that's a testament, again, to DiCaprio's acting, but also to I'm not sure who played the son, but he did a great job. And that was really the emotional heart of the movie, was that. And I can say it brought me to not full on tears, but I got misty-eyed several times in this movie because of that relationship that the two of them had, and the things that Glass was willing to do for his son. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, but I can't say enough good things about this movie. It's 100% worth seeing in the theaters for the performances, for the visceral action, for the environment, for the landscape. It's a beautiful movie through and through. It gets, my one maybe minor complaint is that it slows down a little bit in the middle. It drags just a bit for a moment there, but it ends incredibly strong. It starts incredibly strong, and it has a lot of those Inarritu qualities that it seems like moving forward he's going to have, like the long shots, some of them being 5 minutes long, even though there are some trickery going on in those scenes, transitions that are hidden. You can tell that it's an Inarritu film already. You can see the vibe that this guy has, the vibe that he's giving off, the style that he has, just like you can tell a Fincher film. You know, there's something that you can tell about a director, and this guy has that style that you're going to be able to know when it's Inarritu, and that's a great thing. So check out The Revenant. It's in theaters now. It's probably going to be nominated for a ton of Academy Awards. Best Actor, Best Director. For sure, it's going to get Best Director. It's going to get Best Cinematography. And the music, too. I can't remember who the composer was, but the music was great as well. So I guess that's it for this movie review. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, we'll get some more of these going on this channel in the future. But until next time, take care. And as always, don't forget to level up. All right, that's it. That's all I can really say about that. Great movie. Now we can get into the main crux of the show. Once again, don't forget to follow us, guys. We got 15 people in the room now. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation, bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Your name will pop up on the TV. I will shout you out. And don't forget to share the show on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you can, so we can get more than 15 people in here and try and build this community a little bit stronger. We're going to be opening up the Skype lines in a moment. But first, let's watch a trailer, as we normally do on Level Up Direct. First one is, I want to say, a game trailer. Thank you, Crossfader, for the follow. Really appreciate it.
Administration's 4th year of wise and prudent governance. Our hearts full of hope as we rebuild America together.
Choo choo, says Johnny.
Talk about hope.
This is Homefront, of course. Takes place in Philadelphia, very near to us here.
Real Philadelphia, 2029. For 4 years, we've been held hostage in our own city.
Making your city a safer place and helping you to find a better future.
But some of us finally woke up. Forget peacekeeping. This is war on our own soil. Every day, more people are disappearing. And God only knows what the Norks are doing to them. Out there in the wastelands, it's shoot on sight. But at least we're still free. But this
Johnny says, Homefront. I was excited to play this game since Homefront 1, but then I saw the trailer. Ugh, its graphics are so 2013. Yes, the graphics definitely aren't up to par. Flipadelphia, says Derek. Good It's Always Sunny reference there. Johnny says, and no multiplayer. Not sure about the story either. The story, I think, is the thing that's most intriguing about this, and that's what it should be, right? No multiplayer. I would hope the story is intriguing.
You are the revolution.
Dustin says, I remember my first PS3 game. Homefront: The Revolution. Well, it takes place in Philadelphia, so that's cool. That's all I can say, really. Not a game I would ever get, but I heard the first one was pretty cool. Johnny says, final conclusion. Will I get this game? Yeah, duh. Wow, really, Johnny? After all you just said? You're still going to get it? Interesting. Phantom says, multiplayer isn't everything. 100% agree with that. I'm not a multiplayer guy. Very much not a multiplayer guy. And Derek says there is multiplayer. So, Johnny, you are wrong. Unless Derek's wrong. All right. Let's open up the Skype lines. Feel free to call in on Skype at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds. No spaces. There's the banner on the TV if you need it. Skype is, let me put it on. There you go. It's online. It was on Do Not Disturb. Now it's online. So feel free to call in. Excuse me. Got 17 people in the room now. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Got 2 follows already tonight, which is awesome. Keep them coming. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation. The first call of the night comes from Bradley. Bradley. I saw on Twitter that you saw Star Wars.
Finally.
So what you think, man? Did you like it?
I loved it. It was amazing. I loved it. It's great.
There's no other answer to that question, so good answer.
I laughed as well. I laughed at it as well. It was funny.
Yeah, it had a lot of funny parts. I agree. Definitely had a lot of funny moments. Who was your favorite character?
Who? I see Finn.
You liked Finn, huh? Finn was my least favorite, to be honest, but, you know, that could change on my second viewing. Like I've said many times now, I need to see it a second time to see if my opinion on Finn changes. I'm just not so fond of the actor. I really like Finn, the character, and I like his arc, and I like where they're going with that character. Just wasn't so crazy about John Boyega. But Rey, for me, was the best.
Wait, she was good. I did like her. She's a badass.
She is a badass.
Just 100%
a badass.
Like, damn. Yeah. And even Finn's like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, we're getting to that point now. We're really getting close to being like, sorry guys, we're talking Star Wars, we're spoiling things. But I'm gonna give it until this Sunday. This Sunday is when it's like it's over. The movie's been out for almost a month now. Like this Sunday, we're not timing anybody out anymore. You can spoil Star Wars all you want. It's been long enough. I feel like anybody who wanted to see it by that point has seen the movie.
You could now if you want. I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
I've watched it. I'm fine. I don't know any more spoilers.
Yeah. It's out in China now. It's out everywhere as far as I know. It's out everywhere. Everybody's able to see it now. So I would hope people will. It's worth seeing in theaters for sure.
It was fantastic. I loved it. Great film.
Now, I know, I'm trying to remember, I know you have seen the other Star Wars, right? But I feel like I remember you saying that you like the prequels more than the originals.
I like 4, 5, and 6 better.
Okay, you are a 4, 5, and 6 guy. I wasn't sure, because I know you're young enough to have maybe seen 1, 2, and 3 first.
I actually did see 1, 2, and 3 first. I saw them first because I had the box set, and I watched them from the first disc to the last disc, but I prefer 4, 5, and 6.
Interesting. I always wonder about that. I wonder if it matters which series you see first. It's kind of like the first Final Fantasy play is very often the one that you like the most, or up there at least. So it's, I guess, not surprising, but it's interesting that even though you saw the prequels first, you still like 4, 5, and 6 better.
Yeah. I didn't really get the point in the prequels, to be honest. I didn't see the point.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I did either. It was something about taxes and trade embargoes and some shit. I don't know.
I just...
Anakin went to the dark side. Sand feels weird between his toes. I don't know. Something like that. I think that's pretty much all I got out of those movies.
Some flying through the cities. That's about it.
Yeah. Boba Fett is some kid who grows up to suck. Pretty much.
And his dad dies in an instant.
Yeah.
Straight away. Oh.
Hopefully the side Boba Fett movie will actually make that character cool, because I'm sorry, I'm not at all a Boba Fett fan. And if you're like, what about the alternate universe? Well, I don't give a shit about the alternate universe either, so I've never read that, and canon is all I care about, so.
But I can't wait for the other ones. It's going to be great. I had great seats as well, because the seats were amazing. I was like, yes.
Nice.
I had a direct view of the screen. Like, yeah. I had goosebumps.
That's always important. That's why I waited. I mean, I could have seen it the opening day, but I decided to see it 4 days later because I wanted those perfect seats. I like row E, and I like to be exactly center. That is my spot. If I don't get that spot on the movies I love, then I'm not going to go see it.
I think if you saw in the picture, I was G, and that was fine for me because I was like direct view of the screen. So it was just one below you, I think.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Like I was just saying, though, with The Revenant, I was really close to the screen, but it actually, it was good for that experience, being so close to the screen. It was the kind of movie that worked for that. So I was okay.
I was like, it looks, my mum said that it kind of looks the same as the other one. Like, no, it doesn't. It's different. I mean, it kind of does, but I mean, it doesn't.
It intentionally looks like the original trilogy in many ways, but, I mean, clearly, some of the monster designs and just the practical effects, even like that one huge kind of elf hippo looking monster at the beginning, like they could have never done anything like that back in 1970s and 80s. It would have never happened. So
my mum thought when you saw Thingy, she thought she was going to see the original one, but she thought it was Sean Connery. She went, where's Sean Connery in the film? I'm like, that's not Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, what?
Because my mum thought, because she hadn't seen Star for years, so she thought it was going to be the exact same. She thought it was going to be the exact same. Like, she's like, oh, Sean Connery's in the film. I'm like, no, it's not.
Daniel Craig was in it. Another James Bond, but not
Was he?
Sean Connery. Yeah, Daniel Craig was a stormtrooper.
Oh, I didn't see any stormtroopers.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't take off his mask. You would never know it was him. It's just like an Easter egg, something that the director said later on that Daniel Craig was a stormtrooper. So interesting.
I would want them to do it. Remember on the trilogy? I think that's trilogies, but on when the stormtrooper hit his head on the sign on
the original. Yeah.
They should do it on this one as well for like a little Easter egg, which will remember you like, oh wait, that happened in there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because they left that in the original. They had to have seen that guy bumped his head. There's no way they didn't catch that. They had to leave it, I would imagine. So maybe it was just something like almost like a little joke. Like, I'll just leave it in there. But yeah.
But it was a great film, and it was awesome.
Glad you liked it, man.
The only thing I find it weird is in the other ones, at the start, the text was long, but these ones it's like quite short.
I don't know. I'm not sure I agree with that. I guess I would have to see it again. But I felt like the scroll at the beginning was perfect. It felt like the original trilogy, the way it was worded, the way it was phrased. It just felt original trilogy as opposed to the prequel trilogy where from the moment you saw the text, you were like, something is weird. What is going on here? I don't know these words. Why are we talking about taxes and tariffs and shit? This doesn't make sense. All right. But I'm glad you liked it, Brad. I'm going to move on to another trailer, man.
It was great. All right, cool. Thanks.
Level up. What the heck was that? All right. Crossvader says, I liked it. It was fun, not taking itself too serious. Yeah, it didn't take itself too seriously. I agree. It had its dramatic moments. It was intense at moments, but it definitely had its comedy, just like the original had its charm and its adventure. Max von Sydow. Is that how you say that? Yeah, he was the guy at the very beginning. They had a lot of cameos. I don't know if you would call it that, but these actors, recognizable actors in small parts. All right, let's move on to the next trailer here, and then we will take another call. Bill Hader was the voice of BB-8. I did hear that. I need to look up that video. I heard there's a video that's cute or something. All right, check it out, guys.
Do you know when the voice is gonna speak?
I actually saw this trailer with The Revenant last night.
Does it ever ever say things just to you that you can only hear?
Yes.
Does it feel like it's coming from inside of you?
More like it's coming from behind me. Like I'm being used.
What does it say?
It said it wants to hurt you.
When did it say that?
Right now.
No, it's not, Brad.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Some creepy shit going on there. When we saw that in the theater last night, the trailer, the girl behind us was like, okay, I'm not sleeping tonight. Just from a trailer. It was a pretty creepy trailer. Effective. I haven't seen the first one yet, though. I heard it's good. I heard it's one of the better horror movies to come out in a while. Long-ass trailer. It was. It was kind of a weirdly put-together trailer. You don't usually see trailers which are just long scenes, and that's it. Because that's what that was. It was essentially just 2 long scenes put together. But it kind of worked. It was creepy. That was the full movie, says Johnny. I wouldn't be surprised. That's probably how it ends right there. The guy comes out. That's the worst. When you see a trailer and you see a shot like that, and then when you see the movie, you find out that's how it ends. It's like, really? You put the ending shot in the trailer? I'll never forget Quarantine was like that. Quarantine has the final shot of the movie in the trailer. It doesn't really matter if you don't know the context, but still. Conjuring 2, Electric Boogaloo. All right, feel free to call in on Skype, guys, at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces. I'll put the banner up on screen for you guys right now, just in case you need it. There you go. Brad says, I hate horror movies. I don't hate horror movies. It's not like a thing where it scares me so much that I can't sleep or anything like that. I just don't think horror movies are too often good. They're just not good movies. When it happens, I'm very satisfied because I guess I'm harsh when it comes to horror movies. It takes a lot to please me. The editing people was the same as the people from Batman v Superman show the whole movie. I think Batman v Superman was a much worse offender when it comes to showing too much. They took all of the tension away with that trailer, the most recent one. I am not at all interested in the Batman v Superman part of the movie anymore because of how far they went with it. Taylor, is there a Taylor here? I didn't see any Taylor. T-Swift join us. Phantom also says horror movies aren't my cup of tea. Oh, Tyler, Mr. Rager, welcome, man. But lately they suck. Last decent one was It Follows. I agree. Miss Mel, me and you have the same taste, I think. It Follows was pretty good. I think that it went on a little bit too long, and I felt like the guy had this really great idea, but it was a 45-minute idea, and he dragged it out into an hour and a half. But still, It Follows was definitely one of the best horror movies I've seen in many years. Great, clever idea. Skype lines are live, guys. Feel free to call in right now at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds. No spaces. You can also follow us if you like what we're doing here. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation, bottom left-hand corner of the screen. We've had 2 follows so far tonight. Thank you to Crows Fader 1974 and Black Widow 97. The concept freaked me out. Yeah, it's such a simple concept, but it's one you keep thinking about after the movie. Like, what would I do in that situation if this weird thing's following me just walking? But just keeps following and never stops, right? So do you leave the country? Do you get on a plane? It's weird, but very clever. I'm interested to see what that guy does next. He'll probably do some huge AAA movie, like big budget. Seems like that's the trend right now. Grab a like low budget indie guy and give him a massive series, right? It's kind of like, what's his name? Rian Johnson, who's directing Star Wars Episode 8. He started with Brick, and then he went to Looper. He did a lot of episodes of Breaking Bad, and now he's doing Star Wars Episode 8. Then Episode 9, Colin Trevorrow, who did Jurassic World, which was huge, big budget. But before that, he did Safety Not Guaranteed, this tiny little low-budget indie movie. So it's weird how that's happening lately. How about a movie where the ghosts have to protect you from humans? It's a good twist. What a twist. Kind of, it's not like it, but it gave me The Others vibes with Nicole Kidman. You guys ever see that one? It's a good ghost movie. Has a good twist. Brad says, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark was the only one and only horror film I will watch. It's funny, there's an episode of It's Only Afraid of the Dark that is very similar to the movie it follows, in the way that it ends. Define pattern there. I must have missed something. Isn't that Casper? Devon Sawa as Casper. Anybody remember that? All right, we're not getting any calls, so let's go back to another trailer here in just a moment. Man, my throat is not good. Back to video games.
My love and I walk different paths. A secret we both must bear. Like the majestic tiger, she gives me strength. Yet my duty to the Brotherhood is clear. I must take back what the Templars have stolen. I shall not be forced to choose between my love and my duty. I will have both. I am, and always will be, an assassin.
Assassin's Creed Chronicles India. That one visually doesn't really grab me for some reason. Not that I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan, you guys all know that, but at least the Russia one, at least looks like Russia. It's like red and black and kind of cel shaded. That one at least is visually grabbing. This one, I don't know, just doesn't grab me. It's colorful, but that's about it. I'm sure Greg will pick that one up and tell you all about it or stream it. He's into that. It's not called Five Waves. It's called the Fifth Wave. If you're talking about the one with Chloe Grace Moretz, I saw the trailer in theaters. I didn't think it looked good personally. That's why I'm not playing it. But I'm assuming that you think it's great, Brad. I like Chloe Grace Moretz for the most part. All right, let's go back. Let's see if we can get another Skype call here. I know Teammater, you wanted to call in. You can right now. If you want to try, feel free to call in right now on Skype, guys, at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds. No spaces. There's the banner if you need it. As Above, So Below was a good one, too. I'm not sure what that is. Feel free to call in on Skype right now at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces. We got 20 people in the room. Thanks so much for joining. This is Level Up Direct, a gaming dedicated talk show on most Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It's one of our many gaming talk shows. Next week, guys, if you didn't know, is It Only Does PlayStation. We pushed it back a week so that Greg could join us and feel well. Of course, I'm getting sick. He's getting better. So hopefully we'll both be okay by next Wednesday. If you want to be a featured question on It Only Does PlayStation, go to our Twitter at the Level Up Network, level spelled LVL. Tweet at us with hashtag IUDP and a PlayStation dedicated question. We do 4 of them every episode if it only does PlayStation. Drew, As Above, So Below was a found footage style horror movie about the search for the Philosopher's Stone. That sounds pretty cool. From Harry Potter, the Philosopher's Stone. Drew, how do you make an official Andrew grilled cheese sandwich? Oh, I guess Kristen told you about the Andrew grilled cheese. There's nothing too special about the Andrew grilled cheese besides the way that it's made and how much butter is used, which is a lot, a copious amount of butter. So what I do is we have one of those pizza turntable things, right? The one where it has the metal plate that sits in this thing and it heats from the top and heats from below as well. It's meant for pizzas, but you can also use other things with it. So what I do is I put together a grilled cheese sandwich. I put the bread and the cheese and whatnot, and then I slice some butter and I place it on top of the bread, and then I put it on this rotating thing for pizzas, and every time it goes under the heat, it melts a little bit, and I spread as it melts. And then I flip. The good thing about it, doing it that way, is it doesn't at all crush the bread. It stays real fluffy, real good, and the butter just like soaks into it. And I put a lot of butter. You can't do a good grilled cheese unless it has a ton of butter, an unhealthy amount of butter. So that's what I do, and I must say it is glorious. It's the best grilled cheese you will ever have. Kristen is obsessed with them. So yes, that is an Andrew grilled cheese. Maybe I will make one for you someday, Johnny, if you visit. Harry Potter was the Sorcerer's Stone. No, it was the Philosopher's Stone. I think in UK. The original was called the Philosopher's Stone. I think the American version was the Sorcerer's Stone. I could be wrong with that, but I could have sworn that the original European UK version was the Philosopher's Stone. Derek says I would call in, but eating food. It's all good. Let's go to another trailer. We're not getting any calls, which is fine. I will make it work. I make this show, right? So, all right. Let's move on to another trailer here. If only Andrew grilled cheese stayed good for the journey, I would send it to you, Brad.
Hell of a presidential race, sir. Every day the same damn joke. What the hell they make you out of? Bourbon and poor choices.
Yay, I was right. Brad says it was the Philosopher's Stone.
With security at unprecedented levels, this isn't just a gathering of the world's most powerful leaders. It is the most protected event on Earth.
Welcome to London, Mr. President.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Bugs the hell out of me.
Get down!
Bradley, I think you were into this movie, right?
Has decimated the British capital.
5 of the world's leaders are
Phantom,
now dead.
you can talk about whatever you want, man. Movies, TV, video games,
The
anything you want.
American president is unaccounted for.
Oh, sorry. You know what? I will rewind it.
Number 6 on the 10
Just so you guys on live from PlayStation can see it.
You're president.
Chronicles and Olympus Has Fallen. Not Olympus. It is called London Has Fallen or something, right? This one's London? All right. For you guys watching live from PlayStation, start this over. London Has Fallen.
Hell of a presidential race, sir. Every day the same damn joke. What the hell they make you out of?
Bourbon and poor choices.
With security at unprecedented levels, this isn't
Yes.
just a gathering
It's
of
Ride
the
Along
world's
2.
most
That's the trailer,
powerful
guys.
leaders. It is the most protected event on Earth.
Welcome to London, Mr. President.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Bugs the hell out of me.
Get down!
An attack has decimated the British capital.
Johnny, is that also a question
World's leaders are now
related
dead.
to me buying a box of chocolates for Kristen?
Out of here!
The American president is unaccounted for.
To our friends in the West.
Number 6 on the 10 list.
What do you want? You're president.
That's not going to happen.
Then every death from this moment forward will be on your head.
We have to fire Lakawe before he fires the president.
We're going to kill him slowly and broadcast it live.
Crossfader, me too, man. This is not my cup of tea.
I will not be executed as propaganda. You don't let them take me. If it comes to it, I want you to kill me. That's an order.
I didn't eat half the box. I ate 4 of them. There's 12.
Just imagine every major city descending into chaos. Your president dies tonight.
To those who threaten our freedom, America will rise up.
All right, here we go.
And make no mistake, we will find you. And we will destroy you.
Morgan Freeman.
Go, go, go! Rooftop, 3 o'clock!
That guy just needs to get back to good movies.
Oh my God.
At least he didn't say, my God, or something like that. Or God be with us. God help us all. Can't stand those lines. Always terrible. Fat Zach, see you later. Morgan Freeman's... No, come on. Morgan Freeman's a great actor. He's just not doing the right movies right now. Morgan Freeman will forever be amazing for Shawshank Redemption. That can't change. That can't go away. Maybe because you can't appreciate the British lifestyle, Drew. Well, I mean, I saw Olympus Has Fallen, and that was kind of bad, too, so... I don't know, Brad. I think you just have bad taste in film. Thank God you like Star Wars, or it would have been the end of you. Alright, should we try again? Let's see if we can get a call on Skype. Feel free to call in on Skype right now at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds. No spaces. Let's put the banner up on screen for you guys. There you go. Tea and crumpets. Drinking tea. M. Herrera, welcome. Hey, Drew. Hope you and the crew got a nice, happy new year. We did, man. We had a wonderful holiday. Hope you did as well. Johnny says, yeah, Olympus was bad. It was. It's great to have you back, Mike. And we also have Kryptonian Dunn now. Welcome, Kryptonian, a.k.a. Keith. White House down. Oh, man, that was pretty bad, too. At least it was comical, I guess. But also bad. Got 21 people in the room. Don't forget to hit that heart button live from PlayStation. Bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Tap it. Your name will pop up, and I'll shout you out. Bradley's calling in again. I guess he wants to defend his nation. Are you here to defend your motherland?
This is the UK. We rule. Not really.
I mean, have you seen Olympus Has Fallen, Brad?
I did.
You did or you didn't?
I did.
You did. Okay, did you like it?
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. So are you purely excited for this movie because it takes place in London?
Yeah.
Is that it? That's all there is to it?
That's it.
So it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it takes place in London and UK, you're like, yeah.
Yep.
Harry Potter, Love Actually.
That's a great film. That's a great rom-com.
Love Actually is awesome. I agree.
I love it. What's that film called? Never mind. I'll remember it later.
But Harry Potter is awesome, too. I love Harry Potter.
I had it in my head, but I forgot it.
Are you excited for Fantastic Beasts and where to find them?
Ooh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, the film thing.
Yeah, the Harry Potter spin-off, if you want to call it that. Mel says, God save our gracious queen.
Yes, Mel. You know, I don't know if you're British, but hi.
UK represent. Yeah, Mel is British.
Yes, we've got another one here. Thank God for you.
Got another one on your side, Brad. Good for you.
Thank God there's not all Americans. God,
you're growing in numbers every day.
Oh, I remember now. Did you like that film with the British? Basically, it's basically like a British version, another British version of a spy film. I forgot what it's called.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
No, the other one. Where it's got a kid from downtown and he turns into a spy. And he's not really a spy.
I have no idea what you just said.
It's got Colin Farrell? No.
Colin Farrell? What? Colin
Wait.
Firth? You mean Colin Firth?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the Kingsman.
That's him.
There you go.
Did you ah.
I don't. You know what, Brad? I'm probably the only person in the world that would have figured out what the hell you were talking about there.
Like a game I said earlier, like last year, I used to like it's about a raccoon with a ball and stuff like that, and somehow you got it.
Kingsman was good. I liked Kingsman.
Okay, at least you like some British films.
It had good action. Is what I'll say. That director is kind of weird. His name is Matthew Vaughn. He did what's it called? Kick-Ass. He did X-Men First Class. I like him and I don't like him. He's like a weird hybrid of a colorful kids movie and graphic violence. Kick-Ass being a good example of that. And also The Kingsman. I mean, that movie, if I were to watch that movie without any of like the violent action scenes, I would think it was like Spy Kids. It's so colorful and it's got this weird like way of using CGI for like the backgrounds and whatnot. I don't really like what he does for the most part, but I think he's great at directing fight scenes.
On The Kingsman, I laughed my head off the whole film.
That church scene, man.
That was so bloody brutal, man. Jesus Christ.
Bloody brilliant.
Bloody
Harry.
And they just when the heads exploded.
Yeah.
That
was a graphic movie, man. Weird movie. Very weird. Worth watching, though. Anybody. I think it might... I don't think it's on Netflix. I was going to say it's on Netflix, but I don't think it is. But it's definitely worth watching if you get the chance.
I want some more British movies. I never got Spectre now. I need to watch that as well.
Shaun of the Dead, says Joey C. for real.
Yeah,
Shaun of the Dead is great. 28 Days Later. Is that... I thought that was Ireland.
I hate horror movies. Can't stand them.
I could be wrong on that. I thought 28 Days Later was Ireland.
The last movie I watched was Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. That's at school. And after that, I just wanted to watch them. Nope. I get scared real easy. Oh, and Joe?
Yes, go ahead.
I streamed Until Dawn.
Oh! I thought you didn't like horror, man.
The games are fine. Films I hate.
Okay. So how'd you feel about Until Dawn?
I screamed like so much. I jumped so many times.
Oh, we actually talked about this a little bit because you played the very beginning and you were like trying to save the sisters and then you realized you can't.
And then I played more of it and
yes,
I jumped.
And now you understand.
I jumped so much. I played about an hour of it and I jumped like 6 times.
Yeah, it has a lot of jump scares. There's like a jump scare every other minute in that game.
The bit that freaked me out the most, I know it's stupid, but I got into the house looking for a deodorant, open a cupboard, it's there, put my hand in it, and a little raccoon thing comes out, like...
Yeah, a badger. That damn badger, man. That freaked the hell out of me, too. That was one of the few times in that game that I did jump. I don't jump too often, and if I do, it's not noticeable. Like, it's like internal, like something jumps inside of me, but I physically, like, jumped in my seat when that badger jumped out of that damn thing.
I even jumped when she pulled that deer head up. That's why I jumped as well.
Yeah, that was freaking creepy, man.
It's like, oh, you should watch, dude. I put up my highlights. You should watch that. You would get a kick out of it.
All right, if it's in your highlights, yeah, I'll check that out.
You get a kick out of it.
All right, man. All right, Brad. Thanks for calling in.
All right, level up.
See ya. Level up.
Yeah.
All right, Bradley. You can always rely on that guy to fill in some call segments. Let's go to another trailer here. We've still got a bunch more. I think we're on number 5 now. This is not so much a trailer as a little vid doc, but it's really cool. This game looks great.
Yarny and Unravel were born out of a single spark of inspiration. I had this thought, what if we could make a game about love? A game where the bonds we form with other people were actual, real, physical bonds, like strands of yarn. And what if you could play as a character that was actually made from that stuff? And that idea kept growing, and the more I thought about it...
As far as we know, Dead Island 2 wasn't cancelled, right?
Important thing.
Shy to Roots, I think that it's just kind of in development hell. It was removed from the original team and given to somebody else.
It's the red thread that runs through our lives and ties everything together.
But right now we're talking about Unravel.
Reaching out, about mending broken bonds.
A surprising game
You will
from
play
EA.
as a little being made from yarn, tethered to something important at the start of the game. And you would try to make it to the end without unraveling, so you could use your yarn to reconnect things that weren't meant to be apart. And that little being became Yarny, a helper, a positive force, this fragile but capable character that you guide through the world, a brave little thing with a huge heart, who watches the world with childlike curiosity and wonder, and accomplishes great things despite being so small. I wanted a character that would inspire empathy, that would make you care, because that's a big part of what the game is about, caring and connecting. I created Yarny when I was on a camping trip with my family. I made a doll from materials that I basically scavenged and just started playing with it, and posing it and taking pictures, trying to come up with what the actual game would be like. It was just a really beautiful process. I was out in nature, such an inspiring environment.
Yeah, Mel, it does
I was
kind of have
basically just
limbo
playing and having
mechanics.
fun and trying to capture what that felt like. I had my kids there, and with every new thing that I showed them, I could tell right away if it worked. And now, 2 years later, I can look back at that summer, and it's quite amazing to see where it all led. That initial spark of inspiration has grown into a real game. Hours of love and hard work have been poured into it. And Yarny is already reaching people, forming new bonds. And that's a pretty great feeling.
So it's like my kind of game. For sure. I hope that it's the right price. Anybody know how much that one's going to cost? Is it $10, 15? I'm hoping like 15 at the most. But it depends on the length. I hope it's like a 4-hour, 5-hour game, $15. That's exactly what I need right now. That'd be great. Especially for the Trophy War. I would like to play something like that for the Trophy War. Cloud1, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining. Shideroots says, if you look up online, a new article was put up on 7/1/26/17, I guess January 7th. He must be from the UK or Europe, about Dead Island being canceled. I'll have to look into that. Maybe somebody else can look into it as well. The last news I heard is that the team was taken off. I can't remember their name. The team that was developing it wasn't getting the job done, and Deep Silver took them off of the game. And I don't know if development was put on hiatus or what, but Johnny says that Unravel will cost $20. Dead Island wasn't good, says Yoshoki. No thing of value was lost. Did you like Dying Light, Yoshoki, or did you not try that one? Is anyone getting The Division? Not me, Brad, but I know the others are. And we'll be watching that trailer later. I'll actually turn that into a reaction time. I'm going to do another segmented part of the show for the Division trailer, because I know that is an exciting trailer that people want to talk about. Nathan, how you doing? Welcome to the show. We got 24 people in here. Maybe you guys are sharing the show. If you are, thank you so much. Keep it up, guys. Share the show on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you can. Twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. Let's try and bring some people in here, build this community stronger. Follow us right now. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation. Bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Your name will pop up on the TV. I will shout you out. We're up to 28 now. And also, I'm Andrew Midori. I'm on every week here with one of our gaming talk shows. This is Level Up Direct. Next week will be It Only Does PlayStation, our PlayStation dedicated podcast. Pedro, welcome. We can take a call. We'll do it right now. Feel free to call in on Skype at The Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds. No spaces. Skype lines are open if you would like to call in. There's the banner if you need it. Bulldog Brad says, Dead Island 2 not canceled, but no way is it coming this year. Oh yeah, 100%. That game seems to be in development hell right now. Yes, but they could make Dead Island even better than 1. They could learn a lot from Dying Light. Dying Light, it got great reviews, and a lot, not just from the critics. The reception overall was really strong. So, let's see, I think we've got a call here coming in from Steven, who I think is Phantom. Hey, welcome to the show. Is this Phantom?
Hey.
I think this is Phantom, correct?
Yes, it is.
Nice. Steven, thank you for calling in, man.
Oh, well, I had such a great time calling in last week that I decided to do it again.
We enjoyed having you call in last week as well. What do you want to talk about tonight? As I said, we could talk about TV, movies, video games, anything media related, really.
Okay. Well, I wanted to just talk about Star Wars again.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Because I wasn't here when you guys did any sort of Star Wars thing.
Yeah, we have our spoiler cast. It's up on iTunes. It's up on our YouTube if you do want to check that out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, all four of us talked about Star Wars in depth. We spent like an hour and 45 minutes talking about it. We all agreed that it was great. Actually, the other three guys think it's the best Star Wars movie ever made. I'm not sure I would go that far with it. I might have told you this already. I think Empire is still a little bit better, but I would like to see Force Awakens a second time before making a final decision.
Well, I did see The Force Awakens a second time, and I'm even thinking about going to see it a third time.
I would love to see it 3 times if I could, but I think 2 times is where I'm gonna have to draw it. I don't want to spend that much money, I guess.
I understand. Anyway, I had this weird theory that I've been floating around about Rey.
Okay, go ahead.
And her origins. Like, everyone's saying she's either like related to Luke or related to Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I think it's something different.
What's your theory?
Okay, try this one on for size. I think that Rey is a genetically modified clone.
Okay.
Created from the remains of Luke's hand.
Wow.
Yes,
now, do you have any?
Is literally Luke's right hand.
I mean, you know what? It's possible. There's nothing saying that it's not possible. But is there something going off of the movie or going off of something else, other material that makes you think this?
Well, we know that. Well, we know that cloning from the prequels. We know that the cloning abilities do exist.
Right.
And granted, it's probably been a while since anyone has done it, but I'm sure that if they could find the plans for the Death Star in their comparison with the Starkiller base, then they could probably find the cloning technology too. Now, as for Rey, she was drawn to Luke's lightsaber, and why else would she be drawn to a lightsaber if she had some sort of connection with not the person who not like a person, but like the saber itself?
Right.
I think what happened was maybe somebody like what was her name? Maz Katana or
Yep,
something?
that's right.
Yeah, Maz or someone found Luke's hand and extracted some DNA from it and used some sort of modified cloning process to create Rey.
The question is why then? Why would anybody want to create a clone of Luke?
Well,
is it like a big boss thing where we're creating the best Jedi ever? Let's clone them and make a bunch of other amazing Jedi as well.
Well, don't forget, at the time, Luke was the only Jedi.
Right.
Like after Return of the Jedi, so perhaps somebody wanted to make sure that the Jedi didn't go all extinct should something happen to Luke, whether he gets killed or falls to the dark side.
Now, do you think that Luke knew that he was cloned? If this theory were to be true, does Luke know or does Luke not know?
Well, I think if he has a link to the Force, then he probably has some sort of inkling what's going on. Plus, I didn't realize this until after I came up with the theory, but something similar was done in the extended universe. The Thrawn trilogy by Timothy Zahn, and one of the subplots involved someone trying to create a clone of Luke, complete with his lightsaber.
Okay.
So
it does seem like they're inspired by the Thrawn trilogy with this movie.
yes, and they have already shown that they're willing to take certain elements from the extended universe into the Force Awakens.
For that reason, I think that there's two ways this can go. First of all, I really, really highly doubt it's Luke's daughter. I really don't think it's Luke's daughter. I think that's too obvious.
No,
she
I
could
agree.
be a Skywalker, but it wouldn't be through Luke. It would be through Leia. The only way that it's possible it's Leia's daughter is if Han didn't know that Rey was his daughter. Like, for instance, Brad earlier said that Rey is Han's daughter. I think that's a possibility because in the movie, you can clearly see Han looking at Rey many times, looking at her and realizing there's something about this girl. I can see myself in her. He seems confused every time he looks at her and sees the abilities that she has, how great she is with the Millennium Falcon. So maybe what happened is, if we're going timeline-wise here, Kylo Ren is their son.
Yes.
Oh, we're getting into spoilers here. Let's give a second here, guys. Spoiler alert for Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
I mean, I understand where you're going, but wouldn't Han have recognized Rey like right off the bat?
No, here's why. If this theory were to come out to be true, again, spoilers. Leave now if you don't want spoilers. If Leia was pregnant, let's say, it was really early in the pregnancy when Kylo was beginning to go bad. Leia was so fearful of Kylo, and also Han just kind of departed, right? He fled because of what had happened, because Kylo went bad. So maybe Leia was in very early pregnancy, and Han didn't even know that she was pregnant. So she had this child by herself. Kylo didn't know, or I should say Ben didn't know, Han didn't know, and then Leia left her once she was, a toddler or whatever, left her on Jakku to keep her hidden from Han, keep her hidden from Ben, keep her safe, in a very similar way to the original trilogy.
Well,
I think that's a possibility. I don't know if it's likely. I still think it's more likely that she's just a Kenobi or something, but that's a possibility. That would be the way that she is a Skywalker / Solo.
Well, that's it. That's interesting, and I can see where you're coming from. But the thing is that, I mean, Leia isn't an idiot.
No.
I mean, she's got a good head on her shoulders. If everything you've said is true, why would she leave her daughter in the hands of that fat pseudo Jabba?
Right. No, I agree. There's definitely some holes. I think that even the scene where they reconnect at the end, Leia and Rey, it doesn't seem emotional enough for that to be a mother-daughter reconnection there. If it did turn out that was the case later on in the series, I would look back at that scene and be like, why wasn't Leia more emotional in that scene? Why didn't they at least give some hints there that there was this relationship? So I think the likelihood is that that's not true. I still think that it's simple that she was a part of Luke's school for the Force. She has some training when she was very young, up till she was about 5 years old. She was a, what do they call them? A youngling, I guess you could say, if you're going with the prequel terminology. And then she was left on the planet, Jakku, because she had strong powers with the Force and she needed to be heading away from Ben. I don't know if she's a Kenobi, I don't know what, but I do think that she has some knowledge of the Force that they haven't revealed yet.
I mean, she on the Millennium Falcon, she told Han that there were legends, basically. So I suppose in a way she did have some limited knowledge of the Force, but why would she not
remember?
Yes.
I guess, again, this is going into pure speculation here, but they introduced a lot of new Force-type moves in this movie. For instance, putting Rey to sleep with the Force. That's something that I don't think we've ever seen in the other ones. So I guess it's not out of the realm of possibility that there's also a way to use the Force to mind wipe somebody, to erase their memories. So that's a possibility, maybe.
Well, that's true. It could be like a variation on the Jedi mind trick.
Yeah, it's a possibility that they can go into the mind and erase memories if you are very strong with the Force or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's so many ways it could go, but that's the best thing. I like that people are speculating. People are coming up with theories. I think that means that they did their job.
Well, one other thing is that I honestly think that I know that there was some report or something that said this wasn't true, but I doubt it. But I think Han and Leia really were married simply because of the one scene, like when they return from destroying the Starkiller base,
Yeah.
and Rey and Leia have that moment. You'll notice that there is a ring on Leia's finger and it's like very big. Like it would be hard not to notice it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible they were married and just it fell apart. Their relationship fell apart when Ben went bad. It's kind of like when a marriage falls apart when a child dies. That happens very often.
Still carries around like the wedding ring or the engagement ring.
Yeah, they still love each other, and it's just like it's just like a marriage where a child dies. They still love each other. It's just something becomes broken. And I think that's what happened when Ben went bad. Something broke.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's exciting. I can't wait to find out in a year and a half where it all goes.
So those are my theories, that Rey is Luke's right hand and Leia and
Man,
Han
if that comes out to be true, I'm gonna want to talk to you because that would be a really, really great theory. Considering there's really nothing in the movie to give that impression, but if it were to come out to be true and you called it, good on you, man.
Like you said, they definitely wouldn't go the obvious route.
No, I don't think they would either.
And although I think that if my theory was true as well, and somehow it would go back to Disney or Lucasfilm or whoever's in charge over there, they might like seek to like silence me or something.
Yeah, right. Right. You're just some crazy guy on the Level Up show. No worries.
Well, I've been called much worse.
All right, Steve. Thanks for calling in, man. Thanks for the theory.
Thanks.
All right. See you later. Level up.
Level up.
All right. That was a good call. Never gets old talking about Star Wars. Thank you once again for calling in, Steve, aka Phantom, in the chat room if you guys want to know. All right, let's get back to another trailer here. We got I want to say 3 more trailers this night. Who else is here waiting for the Powerball? I'm not going to know if my office wins. Our boss took all the tickets, and he has them. He's going to let us know tomorrow.
Oh, Monty. Come, join me on the divan. It seems Allegra's a no-show, which is simply a bore. But I'll partner you in bridge.
Ha! Would that it were so simple.
Cut. 27 Apple, take 2.
All right, let's try this. Your line, just say it as I say it. Say your line exactly as I'm about to.
Okay, sure.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it was.
Wait, watch my mouth. Would that it were so simple.
Would that it was so simple. Would that it was so simple.
Dear boy, why do you say that? Why do you say twere?
Well, you said say it like I said.
Yes, but...
Would that it was so simple.
No, you seem to be lingering. It's interminable, the were. I'm wondering when it'll end. Then we shouldn't be wondering, should we? We should be marching right along to so simple. Would that it were so simple. Trippingly.
Would that it were so simple. Trippingly.
No, don't say trippingly. Say the line trippingly.
Gosh, I can't seem to cinch my saddle up on this, Larry.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it was.
Hand down.
Would that it was so simple. 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 Simple.
That it was so simple.
That it was so simple. Would 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 that it was so simple complicated.
I saw that trailer at the Revenant last night. Thought I'd share it. Looks pretty good. I like the Coen brothers. That is for Hail Caesar, Scheider. Yes, Powerball is the lottery. And the other trailers I've shown were Unravel. We watched The Conjuring. What else did we see? Homefront. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. London Has Fallen. There was one more, wasn't there? I can't remember what it was. The third trailer, I think I'm drawing a blank on. Gonna have to remind myself later. All right. Derek, I saw you wanted to call in earlier. You can call in right now on Skype at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds. No spaces. If Derek doesn't call in, somebody else can. There's the banner if you need it. Got 27 people in the room. We got above 30 for a moment there. If you are new to the Level Up Network, we're on all week long with gaming talk shows and game streams. So follow us right now. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation, bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Your name will pop up on the TV. I'll shout you out. Sorry, texting Kristen. I hope everybody wins in the world, and we just all share the pot. There's Derek. Let's take this call from Derek.
Hello.
Hey, Derek, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Doing great. What is going on, man? What do you want to talk about tonight?
Oh, Trophy Wars, you know.
Trophy Wars. I heard that you joined the Greg Drew team out of pity, Derek. Is that true?
I will not answer.
Was it a pity vote?
No.
You're gonna regret being a pity vote of the Drew Greg team.
How am I going to regret it?
I don't know. Actually, you'll probably be pretty proud because we're gonna win every week, and you're gonna get a whole bunch of XP.
I was about to say, like, I'm gonna get XP.
Yeah, man, we're gonna go all out. We're ready. Greg and I have been talking all week. We're formulating our game plan, the series of games we're going to play. I think we've got a good plan. I think we're good. Trust us. We're gonna push hard.
Is it a foolproof plan?
I think so. I mean, I know what Greg said he's going to play. It sounds good. He's got all the games lined up. He knows exactly what he's going to do. And a lot of the things he played last year, a lot of the easier stuff I have, and he knows exactly what to play and how to play them. So he's going to guide me through those games. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is do Life is Strange. I'm going to platinum that. I might as well. So I'm going to hold off on episode 5 until the Trophy War starts. And then I'm not going to say what I'm going to play after that just yet, but I've got about 5 games lined up after that. And then I'll add more if I need to. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on, this is kind of giving away a little bit of game plan here, but I don't think it really affects anything. I'm going to focus on taking games that I've half finished already and getting them done. Just getting the platinum in those games that I've already half finished, which are many. So I think that's going to work out well for me. I think that's the right way to go.
Yeah, but the question is, how many of them are RPGs?
None. Definitely not doing RPGs. I'm doing any game that I'm trying to platinum, I want to know that I can platinum in like 5 to 10 hours. That's strategy. That's the game. That's the strategy that I'm going with. I'm going for quick platinums. So we'll see.
That's a smart move.
It is a smart move. Everybody in the chat room should join the Drew Greg team right now. You can put in exclamation point. Why does Dean join the moment we start talking about Trophy War? Dean joins, or was he in there the whole time, just keeping quiet?
He was in there the whole time. What's the exclamation point?
Exclamation point Trophy War is the command for people to get the link. Dean says, "Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna work out great for you." LOL.
Hopefully, there we go. It's in the chat.
I would think it's so funny if he joined up the moment. Okay, he's been here for an hour, so he's just been waiting.
Yeah, I went to go check who was in chat. I'm like,
he probably thought I was going to be talking about Trophy War the entire night. I had no plans to talk about Trophy War. Derek brought up Trophy War.
Yes, because it leads into my question.
Okay, go ahead.
What punishments are you thinking about handing down?
I think it's only fair if they have to dress up as women and be slapped by us. I think that's only fair. That has to happen. I think Mike should be dressed up as Adele and singing "Oh Hello" while I slap him across the face.
Hello.
Yes, exactly. That's the first thing that pops into my mind. Man, I think. I don't know. I think that's gonna have to come down to Greg for the most part. I have to consult with my teammate, my running mates. Actually, I would say I'm the running mate to Greg. But man, did you have any suggestions? You are a part of Team Greg, Derek, so you are allowed to make suggestions on the punishments.
Instead of them dressing up like girls, have them dress up as Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
Yes.
Is that from, what is that from?
SpongeBob.
Okay. For some reason I was thinking Spy Kids for a moment there. Or that Shark Boy and Lava Girl for some reason popped in my mind. I don't know why. But I think that would be apt. I would be okay with that.
Ooh.
Are you guys going to do another slap bet, said Dean. I don't know. I think that all of us should do a slap bet, Dean. I think that you should be slapped by Greg and Mike should be slapped by me, is what should happen. And I think whoever's being slapped should be dressed up as a woman.
Don't you mean the other way around? You should be slapping Mike, and Greg should be slapping Dean, which...
I thought that's what I said. If not, then yes. Mike should be slapped by me, Dean should be slapped by Greg. And they should be dressed up as women when we slap them. And singing. Hello.
Okay, much better. I was scared for a second.
No, don't you worry. Dean, It doesn't matter what you say you do. This is a trophy war. You will agree. We took it last year. Are you really saying that you can't handle a slap across the face? I thought you were the beast. I'm calling you out on this one. Calling him out on this one. He can accept a slap across the face. I have taken 2 slaps from Mike across the face at this point.
You're looking to even the score.
Yes, I am. I've already brought it to 2-1. I need to tie it up now. Mike needs another slap.
Oh, you got this, Drew. You got this.
I know. You know what? I'm confident. I'm very confident. I'm very, very pleased with Greg and I's game plan. The games that we've decided to play. We're very amped up. We're very hyped. We're very, very, very motivated. I think that we're ready to go.
Alrighty.
Dean says, and then when you lose and I get to slap you with my giant claw, then what? Well, Dean, it would be Greg that gets slapped by you, so I'm not worried about that. I've been slapped by Mike before. I can handle it. But either way, I know that's not going to happen because Greg and I are going to win.
Yeah, I mean, the bad guys face off against the bad guys. The minions face off against the minions. It's not bad guy minion. So
100%. Whatever happens between the 4 of us, it's Dean versus Greg, Mike versus me. So those 2 go together. Dean, that's not the way it works, man. I'm sorry. You and Greg are the ones with the rivalry. Mike and I have the rivalry as well. That's the way it goes. Johnny, what am I forgetting? I'm gonna wait. He's gonna take him a second. He's on a delay. But everybody, please go to the Google form, join Team Greg, meaning Greg and Drew, because we're gonna be earning you XP every week. I guarantee it. I guarantee that we are going to win every single week of this trophy war, and you are going to get XP every week from Team Greg. That's what I have to say.
Actually, you can go along with Team Dreg or
Team Dreg
Grog.
sounds actually pretty imposing. That sounds like a weird Star Trek clan or something. The Dregs.
I don't know. I think now that I think about it, I would go with Drog because in the Witcher universe, there's this huge hulking, like haunting wood creature called the Drog. It's just terrifying.
Team Drog. We are Team Drog. Thank you, Derek, for your what I don't know what to call it. Your commitment. Your commitment to our team.
Okay.
I hope that it started off as a pity vote, but it turns out that you are very pleased with your selection.
Yeah, I hope you guys do good as well, and hopefully
I can promise you we are going to give it our all. Greg is so motivated after last year, because I think we all could tell last year Greg kind of fell apart at the end. Things went wrong. That's not going to happen this year. Drog is 100% motivated.
Yeah, I saw the Snapchats, so you don't need to tell me.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in, Derek.
All right.
Team Greg!
To Greg, and Bella's unite because he has a dog named Bella.
Yes! Team Grog united. Drog, I should say. See you later, man.
Drog. Later. Level up.
Level up. They will do good. They can't do worse than last year. Shut your mouth, Johnny. Shut your mouth. I'm going to sweep your leg. That's what I'm going to do. I still can't believe Dean was lurking in the chat. How shady is that, Dean? You are throwing shade tonight. You guys really got big balls on this year. The biggest, Dean. They're heavy as hell. I'm having trouble walking, to be honest with you. But it's all good. I'm okay with the uncomfortable balls for the time being while we beat you guys. All right, let's watch another trailer. The show went off the rails. All right. If this is The Division, I'm going to pause it, actually, because I want to do a reaction time on The Division. I'm going to separate this out into a segment if I have to. All right, it is. So I'm going to back up here and do a little intro and turn this into a reaction time. A lot of people are excited about The Division. I'm not a huge guy, but we got Dean in the chat. You're excited for The Division, so you can also chime in on this one, or call if you want, Dean. All right, so let's go back to our main screen. Team Beast for the win, says Tyler. Dean says, I was working on thumbnails. All right, whatever, Dean. You were throwing shade is what you're doing, lurking in the chat. All right, let's do a little intro here. Welcome, level uppers, to another live reaction time. I'm your host for tonight, Andrew Midori, and a new trailer just came out today. One that a lot of people are really excited about. The Division comes out on March 8th, and it really seems like they're committed to that date now. This trailer shows that they're confident in that date, I have to say. So we're just going to get right into it. Let's watch the trailer, react to it, and then maybe dissect it a little bit if necessary. I haven't watched it yet. I'm excited to do so. I've heard great things. So yeah, let's whoops, sorry. Let's go back here. Oh, god damn it. I'm starting over. Damn thing got messed up. Welcome, level uppers, to another live reaction time. I'm your host, Andrew Midori, and we're going to be watching The Division. It just came out today. Sticking to that date, March 8th, I think is what they said. It seems like they're truly committed to that date now after this trailer. It seems like they're confident in it. Trailer is long, from what I can tell. It's like 3 minutes, a lot of content there. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm really excited to do so because everybody seems to be going nuts over this trailer. It seems like all of the concerns are out the window now. People are ready to go. So let's get into it. Let's watch the trailer for The Division.
When you first joined the Division, what were you expecting? I'm sure they told you about the sacrifices you'd make. Things you might have to do one day. But none of us could have ever predicted this. Now, if there's any chance of putting the pieces of our city back together, then this is all up to you. When we first arrived, this place was destroyed. But over time, we can make it our home. From here, we launch countless missions across the city in search of others.
Black Friday thing is so clever.
Former cops, engineers, people who can help us rebuild the world.
Seems what they're showing here is pretty story-focused, which is good to see. I'm happy about that.
Out there, you'll need all your training and equipment. With every battle won, you'll become stronger.
I'm actually getting The Last of Us multiplayer vibes.
With every challenge met, you will gain power. Spend enough time on your own, and you'll understand the truth. You will die alone if we don't stand together. Other agents have set up safe houses throughout the city. You'll need to team up with them and work together. We have to rely on each other's strengths to save what remains and give New York a fighting chance.
I'm very curious how they're going to make this work in a single-player way. Supposedly, they're doing it. Seems so co-op focused.
We need to work together and combine our skills. We each have a role to play in this fight.
Where the hell are they getting these weapons from? Did they develop these post-apocalypse?
You are here for a reason.
The turrets.
Make no mistake.
Flamethrowers.
We are taking this city back.
What the heck was that?
And on your journey, you will find a place beyond.
In a lot of ways, this feels The Last of Us.
A dark zone where greed and fear corrupts, and no one can be trusted. This fight is only the beginning.
That was a meaty trailer right there. Damn. Yeah, I mean, I can understand why people are back on board with this. If they were at all concerned, it seems like there was so much to that trailer there. A lot of cool stuff. The weapon mods and just the weapons themselves, all the different kind of things that you can use. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that kind of technology in the game. I was thinking since it was post-apocalypse, it was just going to be, just guns and that was about it. But there's a lot more to it than that. Looks really exciting. You got the two sides as well. I don't know. What about you guys in the chat? Did it also give you kind of the Last of Us vibes? That's what I was seeing there. Graphics look great. It doesn't seem like they downgraded it. I know people were concerned about that, but it doesn't seem like they really downgraded the graphics at all. I know Mike is here in the chat now. He says he's most excited for this game in 2016. It seems everybody in the chat is very excited for this game. Yeah, it looks really good. It does. I have to say. I don't know. I'm not a co-op guy is the problem. But if it looked pretty story focused from what I could tell at the beginning, and I don't know if it's going to have a great single player campaign. It just seems like with the focus on co-op, it's not meant to be played single player. You can, but it just feels like you're going to miss out on a huge chunk of what the game is meant to be. Scheider says, when I played the alpha, I kind of got vibes from Watch Dogs a little bit. Well, that makes sense. It is Ubisoft. Yoshoki says YouTube Division graphics downgrade. Well, YouTube always downgrades everything, so. Johnny says, game is going to make you forget your dreams. Your wet dreams is what you mean, Johnny. Yeah, it looks great. So that's really exciting. March 8th. We don't have that long to wait, actually, for the Division. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one. I'm sure Mike, Dean, they're getting it. Greg will probably be getting it as well. They'll all be streaming it, so look forward to that. And that'll be it for this reaction time. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Check out our channel here on Twitch at twitch.tv/TheLevelUpShow. We're on all week long with gaming talk shows and game streams. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure to sub because we're going to archive everything we can on here. See you next time. Take care. Level up. All right, back to the show. So we got 2 segmented parts tonight. We got the Revenant review, and we also have the Division reaction. So that's good. Something to put on our YouTube for later. Let's go back to Skype calls, guys. Feel free to call in on Skype at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces. Lines are live right now. There's the banner on screen if you need it. Yes, Mel, I have seen the Louis Vuitton Lightning commercial. That is very bizarre. That's all I have to say about that. Drew, thought you were getting rid of live from PlayStation. Not with Level Up Direct. Level Up Direct will always be live from PlayStation. We need a bigger audience on Level Up Direct. We don't get that audience on Twitch yet. If we get to that point where I feel like we have a big enough audience that we can do Level Up Direct there, we will. But until then, I need people to communicate with. I need an active chat. I need calls. So Level Up Direct kind of dies if we don't have a big audience, or at least a decent audience. Yeah, she does look weird. When I look at Lightning, she's not very feminine to me. So when I see her dressed in these really feminine clothing and whatnot, it doesn't work. That's why Lightning Returns didn't really work for me, because all of her outfits were so sexualized. That's not Lightning. That's not how I look at Lightning. The reason I liked Lightning is because she was such a strong female character. They should be taking advantage of that. I did like her Cloud outfit, yeah. In Final Fantasy, what was it? Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13. I did like the Cloud outfit. And the Yuna one. There was also a Yuna one. Looks good, sure, but as good as they showed off years ago, I'm not okay with that. Even CD Projekt did it with The Witcher. Yes, The Witcher definitely had a little bit of a downgrade. It seems all games anymore have a little bit of a downgrade. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it benefits them at the beginning to just go nuts with the graphics and grab people's attention. It seems like Ubisoft said they learned from Watch Dogs not to do that anymore. That it wasn't beneficial to them to have this great-looking first trailer and then to downgrade it later. Because Watch Dogs was a huge offender for that. It was clearly downgraded when it launched, especially on console. Scheider says Watch Dogs 2 instead of AC this year. What do you think? I think it's great. It makes sense. Assassin's Creed is dwindling in numbers year by year. It's been a while since Watch Dogs. It's been long enough. I think that they should maybe alternate them, or maybe even try and do 3 series every year. Put them on a 3-year cycle, kind of like Call of Duty. I'm not sure what they would be. Maybe it would be The Division, Watch Dogs, and Assassin's Creed. One every 3 years. I think that makes sense. I think they would do well with that. Mike says, right, but that's the thing. Pining after something you've never had isn't good. These companies need to not overpromise, but it's at the E. That sentence got cut off. Maybe we're just expecting too much from them. Or maybe they overpromised, as Mike said. I don't know. I think that the graphics are close enough to the original trailer that it's not insulting. There might be a slight downgrade there. I just don't think it's on a Watch Dogs scale. It's not that bad. Donnie E says, I wonder how The Division will turn out. Well, people seem to be very hyped after this newest trailer, so hopefully good. Or people are going to be very disappointed. Let's watch the final trailer of the night. We're not getting any calls here. Moving on, guys. Final trailer of the night. Check it out.
Black Phillip Sif, you are wicked.
Does he really speak to thee?
This wilderness will not consume us.
Who's there?
You've cursed this family. This is witchcraft.
She plays a curse on me!
Why have you turned against me?
I saw it.
Your reign of evil! It's not safe. Not with them.
Think on thy sense.
The Witch. It got great reviews at all the festivals it was at. So, I don't know. I will check it out. If it's as good as the reviews are saying, I will definitely check it out. I like when a horror movie is actually good. It happens so rarely for me. Miss Mel says, I don't know. Kind of intriguing. It is. It is intriguing. All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap up in just a moment here. We got 30 people in the room. Feel free to follow right now. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation. Bottom left-hand corner of your screen. If you want to get a shout out, your name will pop up on the TV. We've had 2 follows tonight. Thank you to Crossfader 1974 and Black Widow 97 for following. Really appreciate those. Keep them coming. We're also on Twitter at the Level Up Network, level spelled LVL. You can tweet at us with hashtag on the spot if you want to be a featured question on Sunday's show, or tweet at us with hashtag IODP if you want to be a featured question on next Wednesday's episode of It Only Does PlayStation. So make sure it's a PlayStation dedicated question if you do that. We got youtube.com/The Level Up Show, level spelled LVL, if you want to check out archives of everything we do. We also have got some exclusive YouTube content on there, like Power Up, that is Dean and Greg's comic book show on every Saturday. But you get early access to that if you go on Patreon at patreon.com/The Level Up Network and donate just $1 or more per month. That is the best way to support our network, is on Patreon. And we're working towards that next milestone. We got about $60 on there right now. If we can get to $100 on our Patreon, we will be doing another lip sync battle tournament like we did on Extra Life. That was very successful for us. A lot of people really liked that, so we're going to do it again if we can get to $100 on our Patreon. You got the levelupshow.spreadshirt.com if you want level up themed t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, and more to come. You got the Trophy War shirts on there right now as well. You can choose Team Greg or Team Beast in t-shirt form as well if you really want to support your team. And don't forget to go to the forum that's been posted in the chat room to choose your team officially, so that week by week you get rewards based on the team that's winning. And then finally, if you want to just do a singular donation, you don't want to donate monthly, if you still want to support us, you can go to levelupnetwork.com/donate. We really appreciate that as well. I think that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. It's a little short of 11 o'clock, but I'm not feeling great. As I said, my throat's kind of raw. And I'm pretty tired, so I'm going to wrap up about 15 minutes early tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the follows and support. We'll be on tomorrow. I'll be on with Life is Strange, maybe. I probably will do like the first half of episode 5. I don't want to finish episode 5 yet. I'm going to try and save that for when the Trophy War starts. And then Sunday, of course, is the Level Up Show, episode 107. It's a really big one this Sunday. We're going to be doing the Level Uppies. The second annual Level Uppies, actually. Last year was a huge success for us. We had a lot of fun doing it, and we're trying to put as much effort into it this year as we did last year. So, yeah, you're not going to want to miss that. This Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be giving out Game of the Year, Developer of the Year, Indie Game of the Year, Best Graphics, Best Music, Biggest Disappointment, all the awards you would expect. They're going to be this Sunday. Good night, Strife Girl. Good night, Phantom. Thank you. Appreciate it. DePonch420, just wrapping up, man, but thanks for stopping in. See you later, Brad. I find it funny, no Mass Effect streams. No, I'm not doing Mass Effect right now. I'm not sure when I'm going to get to Mass Effect. I do plan on getting to it, but now with the Trophy War, it's kind of throwing a wrench into things. Mass Effect is not the game to stream if I'm trying to earn trophies. 100% not. It's !Trophy War if you want the link to the forum, guys. Join Team Greg, because I'm on that team and we're going to win. We're going to push really hard. That's all I can say, is that we are very devoted, very committed this year to doing well in the Trophy War. I'm going to give it my all. I promise you that. So I'm going to do the best I can. So if you want to join us, we appreciate it. Or you can, of course, join Team Dean. They did win last year. So thanks so much again, guys. Let's end off, of course, with the outro, as we always do. Until next time, guys, take care. And as always, don't forget to level up. I know you did, Ricky. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. We got about 6 members on Team Greg right now. See you later, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow with Life is Strange. That'll be at about 6 p.m. Eastern Time if you want to join me for the final episode, the conclusion. I won't finish it all, but I'll try and get done the first half. So I'll see you all then. Take care. Level up.